The episode opens in a theater during a live play. The actors are speaking of a legendary warrior named Trissy, who then makes an appearance on stage. In the audience, Klein Moretti and Dunn Smith are watching the show. Klein inquires about Miss Staley, and Dunn explains that headquarters has dispatched her to Backland regarding the Antigonus family notebook. Consequently, she has departed. Dunn himself hasn't fully recovered from his ordeal. He still requires more time to heal. Next, we see Klein checking on the status of a man named Joyce Meyer. His wife explains that he boarded the ship Alfalfa, but his boat never reached the shore and hasn't docked at any port. As Klein begins to trace him, he perceives the man's current condition and location. Eventually, the woman is reunited with her husband. It's revealed that Trissy is also involved in this. The wife points out, "This is Mr. Klein Moretti. He helped find you." Joyce Meyer is terrified, explaining that ever since that night, he's been plagued by dangerous and terrible nightmares. So Klein has him sit down and says, "Let me see your dreams." Using his powers, he enters the man's dream. He witnesses the ship engulfed in flames. The passengers on board began to leap into the sea, essentially dying of their own accord. The man had tried to save someone, but failed. It's hinted that another mastermind is pulling the strings. In this vision, Klein sees a throne-like structure, and the words Hornasses, Flagrea are repeated. Klein wonders if his own transmigration into this world is connected to this palace and throne. This thought deeply worries him. Klein goes to Dunn Smith and explains the entire situation. None other than Trissy is behind all of this. He was on that same ship and manipulated everyone into doing what they did. Dunn Smith replies that they can't take direct action against him. They must gather more evidence first. We are then shown Trissy with two women, sleeping, when another woman enters. She remarks, "It seems you're enjoying yourself." Essentially, Trissy arranged for all those men to be killed and is now sleeping with their wives. This woman gives Trissy a new task to complete and in return offers him an advance payment, the potion formula for Sequence 7, which. Here, we're shown a scene in a bar, where Klein has arrived with Neil. There's a particular wall that, when knocked upon, opens into a portal-like entrance. They enter and take a lift down to an underground market. All sorts of things are available here, including all the ingredients needed to create potions. A man in the market is behaving erratically, but he suddenly senses a strange aura and exclaims, "I smell death! I smell death!" before approaching Klein Moretti. Neil advises, "Don't worry, that's just how he is. Ignore him. They're here to find a talisman." Naturally, the people in the underground market like detailed knowledge, so they don't know how a genuine talisman is made or if it truly works. But with his seer ability, Klein can figure out which items are useful and which ones are not. Just then, Klein spots Trissy, who's attempting to escape. Klein immediately gives chase. We see that others are pursuing Trissy as well, and he begins to run. They start firing guns at him. He keeps running, dodging their attacks, though he does get hit by a few bullets. After a lengthy pursuit, it appears Trissy has managed to escape. Dunn Smith is also involved with the pursuers. The people chasing Trissy are the mandated punishers. They must have found evidence against him, which is why they're after him, as Dunn Smith explains to Klein. Trissy's hat was left behind, so Klein uses it to try and locate him. Following the trail, they arrive at a location with blood on the wall. Klein is asked to wait outside. It is explained that the higher echelon members of the assassin pathway are predominantly female, as the path is more suitable for them. We see numerous women exiting the building. One of them appears to be in poor condition. Klein tries to help her, but she quickly leaves. Inside, there is no trace of Trissy. Wanted posters featuring Trissy are put up all over the city. Meanwhile, Klein's income has increased, and his potion is digesting well. He gives the talismans he acquired to Benson and Melissa. He's also undergoing combat training, though the training is taking a toll on his legs. We are told that after these events, no new Beyonder cases have appeared in Tingen. The city has become peaceful again. But then, Leonard arrives. He informs them that the Tingen police have made a discovery. People are suddenly dying. The victims are mostly poor, some are bankrupt, and they include women, men, and the elderly. They begin investigating the matter, compiling all the available data. Now, Klein starts to put things together, noticing that the targets were all people who were very poor, bankrupt, or already in bad health. Leonard says, "It seems you've noticed this as well, haven't you?" He raises his hand and says, "Captain, Klein and I have a theory." "Tell us then, Klein." Klein explains that the chosen victims were likely going to die soon anyway. It seems the remaining life was deliberately shortened. This case is likely a life theft. The remaining lifespans were stolen, and with that stolen life, someone is attempting to revive a demon or something far worse. This, they conclude, is the true purpose of the demonic sect in Tingen. They have largely figured out the plot. Klein is tasked with finding the location of their altar, where the ritual is happening. So, Klein begins his divination. He finally pinpoints a possible location. Although the reading isn't perfectly clear due to some interference, they narrow it down. They realize that most of the areas have been targeted, except for two, and the ritual is most likely happening at one of them. Finally, they find the place. Here, Dunsmith uses his nightmare ability. We see a woman applying lipstick. Her mirror shatters, and blood pours out. The woman then uses a concealment magic and vanishes. As they try to move forward, the woman attacks them. She appears behind Dunsmith and stabs him with a knife, but it's revealed to just be a dream created by his nightmare ability. This maneuver exposes the woman's position. They begin their assault. It seems she might be a Sequence 7, so they must be careful. There's a statue in the area, and the woman approaches it and begins to pray, which starts to increase her power. Numerous spirits appear and attack them. The team starts to deal with the spirits. Dunsmith manages to jump inside the building, though he starts taking damage. A curtain-like creature attacks him. He tears it apart and shoots it, and blood sprays from it. Meanwhile, Leonard is attacked by a flower that pierces his hand. Then the woman disappears and the flower flies away. Leonard immediately starts chasing the flower. We see that once the woman is safe distance away, she uses the blood on the flower to curse Leonard. Leonard knows the counterspell. He breaks off one of his Nymphegnes gills, transfers the curse's energy to it, and throws it far away. We see the woman's magic destroy the nail instead of him. Leonard could have been in serious trouble, but he's saved. With that, she jumps into the water and escapes. Klein enters the room and uses his power to repair the broken mirror, trying to see what it has witnessed in the past week. He sees a girl he's seen before. Leonard sees this too, and remarks that the girl looks remarkably like Trissy. It seems he has taken on a female form. Leonard says, yes, that explains why Trissy was nowhere to be found. Dunsmith then tells them that all the upper echelons of this demonic sect are women. This means that most of the high-ranking women in the sect were originally men. You might recall that when Trissy was given the potion for Sequence 7, it was labeled Witch. To advance to Sequence 7, he had to become a witch, a woman. That's why Trissy has been hiding his identity. We see Trissy now in female form, on a train with people fawning over her. She has become a Sequence 7 witch and now goes by the name Trissy of the Assassin Pathway. And that's where the episode ends.